Welcome to Losing a Child, Always Andy's Mom. On this podcast, we journey through the devastating experience of the death of a child. Grief is seldom discussed openly in our culture, and the death of a child makes people feel even more uncomfortable. We approach the topic openly and honestly, speaking to people who have lost loved ones and experts who help care for them. Whether you are a parent experiencing loss or someone who wants to support another going through this tragedy, this podcast strives to offer hope and help.
Welcome to episode number 228 of Losing a Child, Always Andy's Mom. I'm Marcy Larson, Andy's mom. First of all, I need to say Merry Christmas to you all who are listening today or in the days ahead. This episode is being released on Christmas Day, and I think it's the first one I've had being released on Christmas Day. So this episode is a very special one. First of all, we do have an amazing sponsor for this week's episode. So this week's episode is sponsored by Jamisha in honor of her daughter, Taylor. And Jam wrote, Taylor was a bright light to everyone who knew her. At just 13 years old, she showed more kindness, strength, and joy than many do in a lifetime. She was the kind of girl who made others feel seen and loved, who laughed fully, dreamed big, and cared deeply. Taylor's life was a blessing to us all. I just thought when I read that this was the perfect episode for her to be the sponsor of, because this is an episode about sharing Christmas memories of our amazing children. And Taylor was an amazing girl and just such a light. And this is what this episode is about sharing stories, sharing the light of all of our children. I really wanted to do something special this week. So we gathered different stories, and Gwen and I are going to talk about those. This is a replay of the live stream that we just did on Monday night. So several of you have heard that live stream, and I'm so excited that a lot of people did participate with us and listen as it was going on. But if you didn't, here's your chance to listen. I also do want to announce that if you are not subscribing to the YouTube channel or following me on Facebook or Instagram, now is the time to do that, because in the upcoming days, we have got some really special videos to share. You think we've had special videos in the past? These really knock it out of the park, because these videos are of all sorts of different children. Well, I should say one of them is actually just Andy, because I have never done a video of Andy. So all of you know that if you listen to the very end, you're going to hear Andy singing. Andy singing his beautiful solo to Way in the Manger. And I thought that would be appropriate to share this week as a video with other pictures of the kids growing up in past Christmases we have. So it's really an emotional one for me, and I love it. And then the other videos are just me speaking and having many, many pictures of many different kids that were sent to me over the past few weeks. And I just feel like it's creating a special memory of all of them being together. And I just love the idea of something that showcases our Always Andy's Mom children together as a little group, because I do feel like many of them are talking in heaven. So if you want to sponsor an episode in the upcoming year, maybe you want to do a charitable donation before the end of 2025, again, you can go to the website, andysmom.com, and go to the donate page. I occasionally have people that have some trouble getting on the webpage, and if that's the case, please use a different browser. I have in the distant past had some problems with hacking, and so there are some browsers that still seem to think my site is dangerous, but if you use a different browser, you can usually get around that or change your filter settings somehow. I apologize for that, but there is not a whole lot I can do about it. I have changed everything I need to, and everything is 100% secure now, but it does cause for some difficulties from some people. But so again, go to that donate page. If you have trouble, you can email me, marcy@andysmom.com. If you want to share a story in the upcoming year, again, email me, Marcy, MARCY, @andysmom.com. And again, Merry Christmas to all of you. I know that Christmas can be a really, really difficult time, and it is a really difficult time for those of us who are grieving. But I hope that you can put fond memories together as well. And just know that we are going through all of this together. Hey, Gwen.
Hello.
Welcome all to the live stream. We are, I think, for the first time ever, getting our it to work on Instagram. So hopefully Instagram is working. If anyone is on Instagram right now and you want to tell me that it's working or not, that'd be great. But I think it is. So now we are currently live on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So here we go. I said I'm feeling a little discombobulated today because I literally just got home from work. So it's a little crazed. So forgive me for that, but I have been looking forward to doing this live stream for a while now. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I actually found myself thinking about it as I was going to sleep. When I wake up during the night, I've been thinking like, what the memories are people going to share? I'm excited too. Yeah.
It's great. It's been great.
Good.
So I've been I got like, I think 6 or 7 stories that people wrote in. And then, last week or so, I sent out another to some groups that I'm in. I sent out another thing saying, hey, if you want your child's picture in the little Instagram and YouTube shorts that we're going to be doing the next week, just send me a picture. Oh my gosh, I got so many. So they are going to be so special. I haven't talked to Lauren today. Lauren is my new social media person, and she's putting together these videos, and she told me she was going to do it this morning. So I think she's been working on them today, and hopefully they're going to get done and they're going to be amazing. And I also have to say that I had somebody say to me, you're doing something for Andy too, right? Andy's going to be in this video too, right? And I I'm embarrassed to say I didn't think like I should do one with Andy and have Andy's picture in. But the more I started to think about it, the more I knew I really had to do that. And now I'm getting all emotional because, as all my regular listeners know, as you know, I end every episode with Andy singing the last verse to Away in a Manger about being in heaven, which is obviously such a Christmas thing, and he's singing in it in the video that's on my website. You can see the Christmas tree in the background as he's singing, and that's the rehearsal that the video is from the rehearsal for the Grand Rapids Choir Men and Boys concert. And so the more I thought I put into it, I thought, you know what? I think that needs to be its own post. So Lauren's going to make that a post, and we're going to put in some pictures of Andy and my other kids kind of growing up and some pictures of them as little kids. So Andy gets one too.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's the first time. It's funny because I've had many people say you do all these videos for all these kids now, and I'm making all these cool things, and I've never made one for Andy. So this week he gets his own. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you gotten your mail yet today?
You know what? Yes, I did. Because I got something in the mail from you. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Beautiful. But what made me think of it is because when you said there's got to be one of Andy, I thought, yes, because he came to me, said, you have to buy this for my mom. So I sent it to you. They said you get it by Monday. But just to tell your listeners, I know many people have the symbol of the cardinal as, a remembrance of somebody. And we've certainly had that with Andy, but also having the music notes in the background of this ornament. But
you sent me a beautiful ornament, and I wanted to talk about that because what makes that more special is, last year was the first year that I used any of our family ornaments on a tree. We've put up a tree a couple years. I've just bought some just blue kind of generic ornaments from Hobby Lobby. That's all I used before. Last year, we put a few out. This year, I did a few more, including one of Andy's personal ones that had his name on it. So I thought, because in the past, a lot of people have sent ornaments, right? They've sent me ornaments. And I would be like, thank you. But I would, like, I don't
have a place
tree anymore. So I got this ornament to not go in a tree. And so when I opened that up, it's not there yet because I told you it's been really chaos. But yeah, I am excited to put that on the tree, and with a lot of those family ornaments that are up for the first time
and
ever. A lot of them have never been up. I mean, the Andy ornaments never been up.
Yeah. So. And, a couple things come to my mind, Mercy, is again, your authenticity, your vulnerability to show what kind of emotion this evokes in you so that other people know that they are not alone, that no matter how many years have gone by, these things still will continue to always pull at your heartstrings and just be so raw at times, especially around the holidays. So I just love that. I mean, this is not staged. They know that. It's not like we let's get all emotional at the beginning and build it up. This is authentic. You as his mom and just what you're experiencing in the tree and how you haven't had one, all of that. I love that. I love that for the people listening, that they can go,
well, and I felt like I really wanted to do that this year. And this is also only the second year we will have spent at home. We normally do not spend it at home. Right. A lot of times we just go to our cottage up north, but it just feels less. I mean, because we had Christmas at home. We had Christmas morning at home. We always did that. And it's just been one time when we were on call or something that I absolutely couldn't go. And well, this year we were going to go up again as we had in the past. But then, I have now, and Gwen knows this, Valeriano and his lovely wife made me a grandma for the first time. So anyway, we've got a new little 3-week-old baby, and I wanted there to be Christmas memories here at home.
Yep.
For her. So even though obviously she's 3 weeks old, she's not going to remember it at all. But I said to Eric, we need a tree because Isla needs a Christmas tree. We need a picture of Isla with a Christmas tree. Right. Valeriano is sweet boy. He and his wife are, they're obviously from Guatemala, and they don't have a ton of money. They don't, there's not one Christmas decoration in their house. There's not a Christmas tree in their house. There's not that. So I felt like that needed to happen for them and for her. And so, so that's why I felt really strongly like Eric and I were even on vacation, and we came back, and normally where we get a Christmas tree, they're out of Christmas trees. So we got one. We got one that was beautiful. It's a beautiful little tree. But I just felt like we needed to do that. I needed to. Eric's apparently logged in because he just put a comment, no pine trees in Guatemala. And I think that is true. I think there are no pine trees in Guatemala. I do not think that was a Guatemalan thing, but it's a thing. Me being a grandma, I want to have that. I want her to have that. I want them to have that.
Yeah. And you're there's a new life in your family, and you're creating new memories, and it's different and it's not the same, but you can move forward and do that. And
I know, but you're right. It's, I think that gets me more emotional too.
Yes,
right.
Very much so.
So it's a blessing and it's wonderful. And everyone's talking about how great it is that we have a baby in the house at Christmas, which it is. It is.
Mhm.
It is. But there is I just miss Andy.
Yeah.
He should be here. He should be here.
Right.
He should be the super proud uncle wanting to hold her all the time. And,
Mhm.
that's what it should be. And it's not.
Yep.
So it's everything it's just complicated.
It is.
So complicated.
Yeah. Wow.
So you had wanted to, I think, do something a little bit to kind of start this out.
Yeah.
So why don't you do that? Although we're 10 minutes in already, but go ahead.
That's okay. We can do a long intro. I was sharing with you that at a holiday seminar a few years ago, I used snowflakes because, all snowflakes are different and everyone's grief is different and those kinds of things. But I asked the audience, and it might be hard if some of your audience don't see snow, but if I say the word, just picture snow in your mind for a moment, an image of snow and what that's like. So if you can think about that for just a few seconds, then I asked the audience, how many of you thought of a soft falling snow? And many of them
honestly,
said yes.
What did you think of? I would love to people throw in some comments now that are on.
Yeah.
When Gwen asked you to think about snow, let's just popcorn here. Put in, what kind of snow did you think about? What's your image that you had?
That's great. And, some people might be even detailed of not just the snow, but the cup of hot chocolate, like the whole, Norman Rockwell picture of that, right? Like an all encompassing. But then I'm wondering if anyone thought of an activity in the snow, whether it's snowmobiling, skiing, horseshoeing, whatever, there's not horseshoeing, snowshoeing, whatever that is. And then lastly, if anyone thought of a blizzard, like something more, not a soft snow, but more of a, sideways white out kind of thing. And Mary said, here's snow covering the ground and making a snowman. So that's both, like the snow plus the actual activity.
Andrea, I love what Andrea wrote. It made me think of the saying I heard that snowflakes are winter butterflies. I've got to show that one on the screen.
I've never heard that.
I know. Snowflakes are winter butterflies. It's beautiful.
Michelle said big, pretty white snow falling. Snow angels. And that is too is an activity where you get in the snow and you make an angel and seeing that. But why I thought of that in relationship to us talking about Christmas memories with our children is I wonder what people thought of when you said Christmas memories. Like, did they sort through a variety of them? Some that are soft and beautiful, some that are maybe more difficult. Maybe your child was sick during the holidays, or I think we have a couple stories of maybe it happening around the holiday time and those sorts of things.
We do.
Or things that you did as a family around the holidays.
We have a couple listeners here that it did happen.
Yeah.
Right. In the days around Christmas. Mm-hmm.
Right. What's interesting is, as we shared today, a couple of the clients that I talked to are people, just moms. I shouldn't call them clients, but just, hey, I'm going to be, live with Marcy today. I know you're a listener. Is there anything you wanted to share? It was interesting how one particular mom had like age group memories, like of her son when he was younger, of her son in middle school, and then her son as an adult. So she shared 3. So I just, want people to know that just as just saying the word snow brings so many different thoughts to people, so did saying share your memories with us during this time, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I do want to say, so Tama wrote rolling hills of snow with lots of trees. So another pleasant thing. It's very interesting. So unfortunately, we can't see the Instagram comments that come through, but Eric must be on Instagram because Eric's just looking at the Instagram comments. So he sent me the Instagram ones. Cold and Miserable was one.
Oh,
The
okay.
Blizzard of 1978 was one. So it's very funny that on Facebook it was a lot more of the Norman Rockwell kind of image.
Yeah.
And yet on the Instagram ones was more like blizzard, cold, yucky.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
so anyway, I think that's interesting.
Yeah. And so, and maybe some moms just chose to, obviously, I know that's true. I should say that, that just had to pick a couple to share or one.
Yeah.
So you filter through, you have so many. That's why one of the things that I encourage people to do is start a holiday Christmas memory book that you can just keep adding to, because there's not just one memory and there's not just soft ones. There could be ones that are a little more rough or, that include activities, whatever that is. And then you could keep that memory book.
Mm-hmm. 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 So I think we should probably go through some of these memories that were sent in. And then if any people that are on right now want to share their own in the comments, please do that. And if you're on Instagram, do it too, because I think Eric will stay on and forward it to me. So
that'd be great.
So anyway, I'll make sure he is staying on and forwarding, because that is helpful. But I would like that, because that would be wonderful. I'm going to send him a quick message, but you've got something that you wanted to share, right?
Well, I'll start with the mom I was talking about. Her name is Sandy, and her son Josh was 44 when he died. And her early memory of him as a young boy is after every present that he opened, he would hug her. No matter, just come running over and give her that squeeze. She said she thinks it lasted till about age 15. And I thought, oh, how precious. And then as more of a middle school memory of him is when he started playing an instrument in the band. He brought a cornet home, and she said that they didn't realize that until this happened, that he could play by ear. And he just started playing all these Christmas songs that he would hear on the radio and would play. Yeah. And she's like, she realized that she is musical and she plays by ear, but she didn't know he did. So that was her middle-age memory. But this one I loved. As him as an adult, she said he didn't like the pressure of gift giving. He loved or preferred a more thoughtful surprise gift. And he didn't feel that there was enough thoughtfulness or surprise in Christmas because you had the pressure of having to buy it for December 25th. And so those were her 3 different steps of memories that she shared.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
So too.
Yeah. Well, let's share some of the other things that we had. So the first one I want to start with is Lindsay. I've got to get to my right thing. So Lindsay, I've got to get back. Like I said, I've got to organize this a little bit. So Lindsay wrote to me. So first of all, now we're going to have these beautiful videos, and you've got to watch the video. So if you do not follow me on Instagram or subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do that, because you'll see those videos this week, because all of these stories have pictures to go with them, and the pictures are going to be on the videos. And no offense to anybody else, but this is my favorite picture. So my favorite picture is of Lindsay holding her baby bump in front of the Christmas tree. So I just want to read what she wrote with this. Hi, Marcy. I just wanted to share a photo of my favorite Christmas memory with my sweet Chasey. It was Christmas Eve, and we had to put our other little one to bed. In this quiet moment, I asked Mike to take a picture of me and the sweet baby I was carrying. I loved him so very much already. I knew he would be the most perfect boy. Mike quickly held up the phone and snapped the picture. I didn't get any retakes, but it came out completely perfect. Chase was safe and sound in my belly, although we could only imagine his beautiful soul, sweetest smile, and the absolute joy he would bring to our lives. We miss him more than words can describe this Christmas and every minute of every day. Thank you for letting me share our story and our love of Chase. We love you forever, sweet boy. Mommy, Daddy, and Jack. So I love that, because Chase was only a few months old when he died, so they do not have a, they do not have the picture that I wanted of Isla in front of the
Right.
Christmas tree as a baby. What they
Yeah.
have is her holding her baby bump. And it's so precious. The picture is beautiful. And I loved that was her Christmas memory,
I do too. And just, when we say, hey, those spontaneous, snap that picture.
Yeah.
There's no way we can know ahead of time what that's going to mean someday.
No.
Yeah.
She thought this
Yeah.
year there would be pictures of him sitting up in
Mhm.
front of the tree, right? Which he would be sitting, and they would have propped him
Right.
up with Big Brother Jack beside him. And that's what it should have been, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I can hardly wait to see the pictures, because the next one I'm going to read also addresses a picture that I don't know what the picture is.
Okay. I'll probably tell you, because I forwarded you some, but you would read some of these. So
yes. It says, I thought I'd send a couple holiday photos of Samantha. They are from the first Christmas we spent as a blended family after Todd and I were married in 1998. On the first photo, Samantha is in the middle of all of the girls, sticking out her tongue, of course, but it shows her personality. Their favorite gifts that year were the matching toe socks with bells on them that were so popular back then. In the second photo, it's so sad to know that we'll never be the complete family that we were back then.
Isn't that precious?
Very
the
precious.
sock one is so fun. It's so fun. I don't know. I have so many pictures now. I told Lauren she has to, because some people sent several. So like it's supposed to be one or two per. It's one or two per family or whatever. So I don't know if it'll be the sock one or the family one, but anyway, they're very, very special and precious, and I love it.
They are. There was one here from Sandy, said, my dad died December 9th and always put a sign on the tree to tease the grandkids that all the presents are for Papa. My brother-in-law now carries on that tradition.
I love that. The sign.
Yeah.
All presents are for Papa. That's awesome.
That's cute.
I know. Isn't that cute? And I'm glad they're carrying on the tradition.
Me too.
Those are fun. All right. So I'm gonna read another one here. And again, she sent a bunch of pictures too. I lost my precious daughter Bailey a year and a half ago at the age of 23. Every day was magical with Bailey, and Christmas was no exception. My favorite memories are of her turning the corner to enter the family room in her holiday PJs and watching her open her gifts. She loved coloring, so we have a lot of markers and paper to unwrap. When she smiled, my heart was full. I wanted to give her the world. When she was born, we were not aware of her Down syndrome diagnosis. The moment we were told, I had a mission as a mom to make sure that she had every opportunity available. Bailey was adventurous, clever, funny, wise, and loved like no other. I miss her every time I blink.
Oh,
which that was a beautiful thing to end with. I think I miss her every time I blink. I think that's how we all feel, right?
Very much so. Very much so. I think that's going to be like an undergirding theme. I think of a tapestry, like that is just the common weaving for all parents, right? For all we're not forgetting this. It's every moment. Yeah.
No, I know. It's just amazing.
While you read the next one, I'm going to turn my camera off because I got to plug in my computer. So I have to set it down. I didn't realize that I wasn't plugged in where I was at.
Okay.
But I'm going to be listening.
All right. Well, let me pull up another one here. It's going to take me a little bit to grab another one. Because I know that I gave you a couple more too. Oh, here we go. So this is from Sarah. Sarah sent some photos of her son, Tom. Tom loved Christmas, especially opening his stocking. Even his last Christmas at age 26, he was still so excited. He and his brothers, Will and George, will always open them together in front of the Christmas tree. They all loved it. It was so wonderful to watch the three of them as grown men get as much pleasure from it as they had as children. We had such treasured memories. I love that too. They're holding one of the pictures. They're holding these really huge stockings. It was so fun. Such a fun picture. So.
And, you know, that's the cool part about traditions is because no matter how old our children are, they still do them. But that's the hard part about traditions is that they're so rooted in your family that they're not the same without their they're a double-edged sword. They bring such good memories and we have it. And I'm so glad we did it, but doggone it. Yeah.
I know. And then it gets you weeping again, right? I mean, I feel like that's me so much of, and this year. And I just feel like I'm just kind of a mess half the time. I'm crying. We're doing different things. We did our Christmas our tradition of making Christmas cookies yesterday. And it was so funny. He was, Andy with his ADHD, just nothing was careful. He was like a really bowl in a china shop kind of kid. And his cookies were never good of looking. I always felt like I was trying to rush as much as I could. So Andy would not make too many because they never looked good. But now I miss them.
That's funny.
I miss those awful
I know.
looking.
I was just going to say, when you see an ugly cookie, you might just grab for that one. Yeah.
I know. Exactly.
I have one here. Exactly right. This is one of my favorite Christmas videos of Caleb. It was Christmas 2017, and we used Prank Box to hide an authentic Bayern Munich soccer jersey. I don't know if I said that right. Even thinking it really was a knapsack, he still said thank you. Caleb was very sweet, genuine, and thankful for anything. The picture collage is also so much fun to look at. I miss his voice, his giggles, his smile, his spirit, his everything. My heart is still broken. Thank you for continuing to hold space for this broken-hearted community of parents. Love you so much.
I've got to tell you about that video. So I watched the video.
Okay.
Video is hilarious because she sent me the video of it. So, here it is. And what did she say? Now you got to read it again. What kind of box did she put it in?
Well, she said used a prank box to hide an authentic jersey. And he thought it was just a knapsack. He still
there you go.
Said
okay.
You.
So it was a box for a knapsack. And what's so funny is you see him, he opens it up and he goes, "Oh, cool, a knapsack." And he was like genuinely acted excited about getting a knapsack, which is obviously not an exciting gift to get, right? And then you have this little prompting from mom, because I think he's going to go on maybe and open another thing or whatever, right? He's not going to open up the knapsack box. Honestly, it's not a great gift, right? But he was very thankful, very sweet, very polite. Why don't you open it up? Okay, so he, obligingly opens the knapsack box, and then he pulls out this jersey that clearly he really wanted. And then his excitement is, through the roof. Like, he's so excited. And oh my gosh, it was such a great video. I can see why that's so precious to her, that video, to see that pure joy on his face, because it was so unexpected.
That's
because
amazing.
he didn't think he was going to get it, obviously. But
I love that.
Yeah, isn't it?
So many beautiful, and just as seeing his heart, because she said his spirit, his smile, his everything. That video captures that whole heart. Yeah,
for sure.
Someone wrote it on here. Even at 12, Pike didn't let on that he didn't believe in Santa. I think he wanted to keep that childlike excitement and wonder into his preteen years. Amen. Like that's it's just an exciting thing to hold on to, and as long as you can. I love that spirit.
So I've got another one here too, and I was hoping to kind of rewrite this and condense this, but we'll have to I'll have to just kind of be a little bit brief, because this was sent in by Brittany, and it is about her son Percy. And it was a big blog post that she wrote. And she said, I read it out loud and it's 7 minutes. And I know you can't take 7 minutes to read it. And she's right. I can't take 7 minutes to read it. But I really do want to talk about it because it's so precious. So Brittany is from the Atlanta area. And apparently in the Atlanta area, there is something called Santa at Phipps. So Phipps, I think, is a department store or something. And so they have a very famous Santa. And so back to the 1970s, this Santa has been very special. You go visit Santa at Phipps and you have to make like a reservation now to see Santa at Phipps, and they do videos and they do pictures, and Santa makes this really, really special. Okay. So when her son Percy was born, Percy's her oldest, she brought him to Santa at Phipps, and he's a little baby and he's wearing his little baby outfit. And then I don't know. I think it's something with COVID. I've got to go. The next Christmas was 2020 and there was COVID. So they didn't have, but there were precautions taken and they decided not to take him, right? Because even though they still had it, it was totally different and they didn't want to risk COVID. So they didn't do that. So Christmas 2021, he had just been diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma and he was in the midst of chemotherapy. So they didn't take it. So then the next year, now it's 2022, he's done a lot of his chemo. He's doing better. They go again to see Santa, and they go to see Santa with little brother. And so he's now 4. And so he's got his little outfit, and they talked to Santa about his cancer, and Santa, of course, made it amazing and wonderful. But he was doing really well then. And then he relapsed. Okay. And he relapsed, and she said, during a hospice, I remember receiving email reminders to make our Santa's at Phipps appointment for the upcoming fall. She said, what a gut punch. It was sickening, a sinking feeling to realize, barring a last minute miracle, we were still desperately praying for it. By Christmas, our sweet Percy would be gone. There were no words to express the heartbreak I felt and still feel every moment without him. So they went through Christmas last year, but they didn't do Christmas at Phipps. Well, now they have another baby, and this year they decided that they wanted to go back and do Christmas with the Santa at Phipps. So this is what's so crazy precious too, is they decided to do it. They obviously still wanted to remember Percy and honor Percy, but her 2 boys now are the same age as Percy was when he was 4 and when he was a baby. Oh. So they wore their big brother's outfits. So the older one wore Percy's outfit at 4, and the baby wore Percy's outfit as a baby. Oh, the brothers went and saw Santa. Oh, it's just such a precious, amazing story. And Santa was wonderful. And he was kind of asking them some questions. And she said, well, we didn't go last year because Percy had been here and Percy had died. And apparently Santa welled up, Santa cried. But it was it was a precious memory to still do that again.
Yeah. And that's people are, I gasp just thinking of them in those outfits and that age, and saying, listeners are saying that's so precious and awe. I almost feel this is I don't know, comparison just came to my mind. There's a show, like a hero show, where they give these hero awards once a year, and every single person that comes up, it's just so touching of how they give of themselves and they deserve these awards. And it's so emotional, and you're crying and your heart is touched. I feel like that's what this episode is. Like everyone, because all these precious children and all these beautiful memories that we all hold, and we're sharing them together. It's like, our awards show together. That's how I feel. I do. It's just beautiful.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. That story just hit me.
Yeah. And
And
Brittany
it's so
just said,
brave of Brittany to do that. I think,
yeah,
with their
that's-
kids and
yeah, she just said, "Thank you for sharing our story so tenderly, Marcy." And here's the other piece. I can hardly wait to see the picture.
I know.
Mhm.
See, this is all like teaser stuff because the pictures are going to come. Obviously, the stories aren't going to come with them because there were too many.
Mhm.
I originally said names, but then it was like I can't say everybody's name because it's too many. But I think I wrote something pretty sweet to go with them, so I think people will like it still. Even without individual names with that. Well, if your child's in there, please share that on social media so all your friends and family can see your pictures. I just feel like it's creating memories for these kids to be together, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got like probably 6 or 8 kids in each video. So that'll be pretty special. I think to get them grouped together like that. And so one is more about the Christmas memories, and the other one is a little more focused on gifts and things like that.
Okay.
Because there's one more that I wanted you to read.
Okay.
That has to do with gifts.
Yes. Yes.
So if you could read that one, that would be great.
It said, "I just want to share a Zach-related story about Christmas. As you know, I found out about his death on Christmas Day of 2020, which was a Friday. He was spending Christmas down in Texas with his dad. 3 days after I found out about Zach's death, December 28th, 2020, a package arrived at our house from Zach with Christmas presents for my husband, Kevin, and I. Many tears were shed during the opening of that package. It was absolutely heart-wrenching, but it was heartwarming time as well."
I know.
Heart-wrenching and heartwarming. Those are the two realities that we, are holding during this.
To be able to have those gifts from him, days after he died. So precious, but so incredibly hard. I mean, it's just like ripping your heart out, but,
I'm sure there's many others who have had, presents that were purchased and then the person dies and then you have, you discover things, and those are, I love how she said heart-wrenching and heartwarming at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
We missed a few comments here. I have to go. Melinda said, "I didn't get to share in time, but my son's work has a kindness award at their party in his memory at Christmas." So his work. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, oops. Kindness award. I love that.
I did not mean to hide the comment. There we go. Oh, that is awesome. In his memory.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other one.
Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah, my touch screen is being very...
I only heard the episode of Percy's mom yesterday. I feel like we know these families so intimately that it's so important and heartbreaking at the same time. Thanks for sharing. And then she wrote Christian Forever 16. So, yeah, thanks for writing in too, Tina. It's there. I mean, like I said, it just has touched me so much to see these stories. And then, like I said, to have kind of at the last minute, all these pictures kind of coming in that I can put in. We can put in more and more, just little memories of seeing our kids at Christmas and what that all meant for them.
Yeah.
Right?
So touching.
So I know you had other stuff to talk about too. I've got to look through and make sure that I've gotten all the stories.
You do that.
If you did send one that I didn't say and you're listening, please remind me. But otherwise, I think I've gone through most of them I was going to. Most of the other ones are just more pictures.
Yeah. And those who follow me on Facebook at Grief-Guide know that I've been talking about the holidays and how to cope with them. And I've been using Therese Rando's, she has the 6 R's of grieving, but she's divided them in 3 phases. The avoidance phase, the confrontation phase, and then the accommodation phase. So you can go back and, listen to that so I don't have to go through it all. But one of the things that as professionals like Therese Rando and people who develop these things, and even myself in the work that I do, when we are asking people to do this sort of recall, we are not doing it to torture them, right? Like this is not meant to like, oh, we're just, want to get in there and dig around and, watch you have this pain. But what we know is that confronting these overwhelming, complex, powerful emotions is something that we have to do in order to heal. It needs to happen. And in the confronting, part of confronting is recollecting.
Yeah.
Recalling, doing what we're doing right now is saying, have I ever told you about the time? And, those kinds of things, that's a powerful part of this, an important part. And recalling memories, both good and bad. I say that because sometimes when someone dies, we only think about the good. And sometimes we do have to process some of those. Someone asked, is that kind of like EMDR? The quick answer would be yes. I suppose it could be. I mean, EMDR is a little more complex, working through trauma, but yes, it is in that needing to look at something and walk through it rather than try to not deal with it and push it back. So it's healthy. And as is the process of EMDR, very healthy to process trauma. Those of us that recollecting and retelling of the story, and, I do this all the time with people. Tell me about their life before we talk about their death, right? And if you only are focused on the death, which at the beginning of our grief, that's all we're thinking about, but now we can talk about their living and their life and, these making ugly Christmas cookies. I've been with you many Christmases, and I did not recall that. Like,
no,
really
I don't think I told you that.
Yeah, that was really neat to hear because I thought Andy was perfect.
Oh no!
And I'm just glad.
Well, Andy was not perfect.
Oh, I do. Yes, I do. But you know what I mean? Like those memories. It's just awesome. So yeah, it's good in the confronting, and then the other part of this that I just want to say, because we're all part of families, is that when we recall these memories, sometimes it makes the other people in our families uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
And we have to, especially now, just say, so what? Bring them up. Light a candle for your child. Set a place. Say a prayer. Have a toast. Do something. One of my thoughts was watch the episode, especially if you sent in a picture where you can see your child on Christmas. Like, even if it makes your, sister-in-law or Aunt Betty uncomfortable, just do it. Like, say, I'd love to do this today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the pictures probably will come out next. I don't know that they're going to come out on Christmas Day.
Oh, okay. Okay. I wasn't sure when that would come out, so we'll have to look for it. I think
they're going to come out through that next week, a couple of them. So
good.
But still.
Here's something.
And I do have one more that I did I just got yesterday later. So I do want to read that. So don't let me forget to do that. It was last night, and I'm glad I didn't forget. So
I won't forget. I give suggestions all the time to groups of people. And last year I spoke at an event, and I went back and spoke at the same event this year. And a man came up to me and said, I want to tell you that the idea you gave about it's his sister who died. So he came home and told his parents, let's write our favorite memories, or what wasn't favorite memories. I'm sorry. He said what we'd want to say to her if she were here, what we'd say to her right now, and write it on a card and put it in her stocking. And on Christmas morning, they read them.
Yeah.
And he said it was so powerful. My mom said, can we please do that with our family again on Christmas morning? So they're making it their tradition and writing notes to her, and they're going to unveil them and read them and share them on Christmas morning.
Oh,
isn't that cool?
That's a beautiful tradition.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Well, in talking about traditions, Marge just wrote, I buy Chloe a card for Christmas and for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's beautiful.
Yes. And
we're getting all these. We're getting all these things. Andrea wrote, last night we ordered Christmas plates and made a plate for Bailey that we'll set out at our dinner.
Oh, we decorate.
These are all wonderful things.
Yeah.
Wonderful new memories.
Hallmark should make angel cards. Yes, they should. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the one that I just got last night that I want to read. I wanted to share a Camille Christmas story. So this mom, Sonia, I'm not sure. It just has been listening to the show for only 2 months. So anyway, she's a fresh listener. I want to share a memory of Camille, Christmas memory. 2 years ago, on what was Camille's last Christmas, she gave me the sweetest gift. It's a Cavapushan. Okay, which I did not know what that was, but it's apparently a kind of dog. I looked it up last night. So a little type of dog who has been my 4th child since we adopted him in July of 2020. I often spend weekend nights at my sister's house helping to care for her 24-year-old daughter with complex medical needs. My dog always sleeps with me. And Camille had a pillow in the shape of George, the dog, with his picture on it so that she could take it with her to her sister's house and always have him with her. She was so proud of this gift. She was a great present giver and took great pride in coming up with something special for everyone. Isn't that awesome?
That's amazing.
What a sweet gift.
It is. And so thoughtful.
So, yeah.
And many people do have gifts. You talked about the ornaments and things and how, you got so many, but there's gifts that we have of whether you made something. We've talked about this before, quilts, t-shirts, those things, Thumby necklaces can be so touching and so beautiful at a time like this that they just mean so much to get a memory gift, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. All right. So I'm glad I've read that one too. Again, it did come last night. I went to the point of even looking up the dog. And that's probably why it was in my head. Like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. That's what I almost did. So I'm glad we did not.
The only
other thoughts on this?
I do have one that came to my mind is that I do believe there's still some people who are listening or are going to listen that maybe don't allow themselves to slow down to let the thoughts fully come.
Yeah.
And I know why. And we just were talking about this at the beginning. It's too hard. It's too much. It may overwhelm you, but just take some time this season to just sit in some quietness, whether you journal, speak it out, cry it out, scream it out, just allow some of those thoughts and memories to come, because so many people are just trying to push them all down and keep that lid. And we just don't want that to blow. We want to be able to let some of that flow out.
You know what? That was very good for you to say that to me today. I have to tell you.
Okay.
I needed you to say that to me.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like I've been trying to just go and push. Yeah. And this is my week to be on call at the office, and this last week, and I was at the office on Saturday, and it's flu season is hard upon us, and a lot of people are on vacation, and I'm just pushing so hard to try to see everybody I need to see and do everything I need to do. And I'm paranoid about getting sick because I don't want to get my new granddaughter sick. And I'm not taking time.
Yeah.
And, I got to get the Christmas cookies made. I've got to, wrap the presents. I've got to I've been pushing really hard.
Yeah. And there's a lot of moms who, please, moms, right in there, me too, because we are, that's kind of like our theme right now. We have these checklists and things we have to do, and they're not bad. Like your responsibility to your patients and to your job, and you're covering right now and it's busy. But with that knowledge, when you're able, allow some time to just be in stillness and let some of those thoughts come.
Right. I mean, I wear my bracelets every day. My Be Still bracelet. But am I being still? I don't think so.
No.
So I need to do that.
Yeah. Just and somewhere in your week, some people can carve it out every day, but just I'm saying during this season to make sure that we do that. We missed one here. I'm in an online journal Zoom group that I'm really loving, and it gives us moms a chance to feel and process the heartbreak. Absolutely. And then awesome. They're sending hugs to you. Yeah. Just that time to process. And, you know, I just, the thought came to me when I was traveling and speaking in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which we live in a state with two peninsulas, and I grew up in the Upper Peninsula. I was speaking up there, and I drove by the home that the last home that my dad built that we lived in. And usually when we do a drive by, like, oh, on our way to town, we'll just go down that street, right? And this time I left a little bit early. I had no one in the car with me, and I just thought, I'm just going to stop and just allow myself to think about that home that my dad built and just the care that he gave for it. And then I saw something out of the corner of my eye, and there was a buck just standing there, just this beautiful deer with its antlers, just like, and I went, oh, hi, Dad. And I'm so glad that I stopped. Had I driven, I would have missed
you wouldn't
that
have seen it.
if I just, kept going, but I stopped the car, and I'm just so glad. So my image for you is stop the car, look to your left, look to your right, see what's around you, experience it, and just feel it.
Yeah. I think that's what we need to do. I think that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because Eric normally doesn't listen to my podcast anymore, right? I mean, he used to, but he doesn't anymore. And it's funny. He always used to listen to mine, and I never used to listen to him. So now I listen to his because I listen to them before we go to the basketball games because he's on the basketball teams. And, but anyway, now I think he's been listening because he's been trying to man these Instagram, if there are any Instagram comments. So I think he's watching. So it'll be interesting to see if he now pushes me to try to take a little time.
Slow down. Yeah.
I just slow down a little bit because that's, I think, what needs to happen.
And you know what I just thought of when you said, Eric, thinking about the men in our life. Sometimes, we were just talking about, moms and all we have, but maybe if there's a grieving dad in your life, to take some time to reach out and ask him, like, what are your thoughts and memories? Just how are you doing? And we have a bereaved dad at church, and I know he listens quite a bit. And I do try to look him in the eye and just say, how's today? And we don't know, I have this thing as a grief counselor. Every time I approach someone, I don't want them to think that I'm like digging into their soul and they need to bare all to me. But I just had the thought, I need to ask him this week, how are you doing? What are your memories? Like, tell me about TJ. Yeah.
Well, I think it's important. It's important to acknowledge that this is not an easy time. These are not easy things to go through. And it is stressful. It's extra stressful.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So you also had sent me like a poem or reading or something on hope, I think.
I did for this year? No. Oh, okay. Because I had another reading too. Maybe I did.
Do you see it? Yeah. Do you want me to read it?
Sure.
Do you see what you sent me?
No. Oh. I sent it in a text or a email?
In a text. I'll read it. You sent it to me.
Okay.
You sent it to me. It's been a while now.
Oh, okay.
Hope isn't a place or thing. Hope isn't the absence of pain or sadness or sorrow. Hope is possibility. Hope is the memory of love given and received. Your love is real, just as is your pain. Bring the joy of loving with you into the holiday season. Let its memory light your world. For our loved ones died, but we did not lose them. The bonds between us are too strong to let death sever the ties. So light a candle and whisper, thank you for the moments you traveled together. Our arms may be empty, but the heart is full.
Yeah, I do remember.
Do you remember sending that to me now?
I do.
It was pretty amazing.
I'm so glad I did. I forgotten I had something else and I can read this one too because it's short. But there's so many parts about that. Maybe we can include that in like the chat or something. I don't know how to do that. Maybe I can.
Oh, to copy it into the chat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I could do that. I think I can do that.
Because then if someone wants to share that, I missed another one that said, it said, I write a note or letter to Robbie every Christmas, put it in a sealed envelope and add it to a stocking. I'm on number 6 this year. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's so precious.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
And because that's what it said, like our the relationship changed, but the love didn't die. And that letter, every year, I'm sure it includes all the love and all that. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got to try to find that to copy it. That's going to take me a little bit, but you can keep going.
All right.
Oh no, this isn't.
Okay. Well, I don't remember the format I sent it. Okay. Well, and if not, I mean, we can, if someone.
No, I'm going to get it. I got it. I found it.
Likes to reference those things. And, this is the other part when I said, like, oh, look at the videos, do them. If you need readings, thoughts, just different things, I love sharing them with people, because if to come up with our own thing to say on Christmas as we light a candle or say a prayer, sometimes it's too hard. So if what you're sharing here is something they can take and they can read it with their family, it helps. It's like a, it just helps us, so we don't have to come up with it all the time. Yeah. Oh, and there's my phone number.
Oh, that's shoot. Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay. I trust all of these wonderful, amazing people. Okay.
Well, I can delete it and try to get that one out. I'm so sorry.
Don't. No. Then they'll know how to message me completely and totally. Okay. The one that I have says,
I accidentally posted Gwen's phone number to the entire world. So they should take that out, but I don't know how to edit it.
Oh, it's fine. What can we do? And this year in one of my programs, we read this in unison as we, talked. It says, what can we do in their absence when life feels incomplete? We can protest the fact that they're not here and grieve. We can remember them and grieve. We can speak their names and grieve. We can see their light rise in the sun and grieve. And we can imagine them walking with us and grieve. We can miss them more than words can express and grieve. We can live our lives to honor them, to make them proud, and we can grieve, and we love. And I love that, because grief is in the fabric of everything that we do. And it's been through all of this of like, we won't forget them every time I blink. We miss them so much. All those things. So I love this, because in everything we do, we remember them, we speak their name, all those things we grieve. But we also love. And that's, grief is what love must do.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. If anyone wants, I'll put these in the chats. These are 2 songs that I use at a candle lighting service, and I'll light a candle that someone could look up on YouTube, and you could listen to these. That's the Paul Alexander, Light a Candle for You, and the other one is To Cry for You, and it says, it is my honor to cry for you, to cry for you. Okay.
So I just so you know, Gwen, I just reposted those comments without your phone number in them. So I took the ones out with your phone number and put it there. So if you are now listening to the podcast later and you want some of those quotes, you can again go to Facebook or I believe Instagram. We'll see. I don't know if the quotes went over there, but to Gwen's or mine, or also YouTube. Okay, and she's putting those other ones in.
Yeah,
I think we've got to start wrapping up here shortly.
Yep, we do. We're past our hour, so I hope it doesn't shut us off.
Yeah, so we've got to get going. But
okay,
I think Eric was going to have us maybe end by playing Andy's song, which I think would be wonderful. Pretty cool.
I love it.
And this way, I think, can we do it to the video or no? Can we do the video or not? No, it's the video version, or is it just the audio? Oh, okay. Well, we can do this for all of you that have not listened before, maybe or maybe not. He thought he could, but I think not. And it's okay if he can't, because we end every podcast episode with it anyway. So It is the same exact thing that we end, but maybe this time, if you normally end early, maybe this week you go all the way to the end and listen to Andy singing. It is extra special this time of year.
Yes,
So
it
thank
is.
you all for tuning in. Thank you for your wonderful comments.
Thank you.
I needed this today. This today.
I can tell that it really spoke to you and added to you, and we just pray that it did that for everybody else who listens. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. If you found this helpful and would like to support the podcast, please leave a 5-star rating and comment. To help financially, you can type Andy's Mom, one word, to the number 53555. This provides a link to GiveButter, which allows donations through PayPal, Venmo, Apple Pay, or credit cards. GiveButter will provide a receipt of your tax-deductible donation, or you can visit the donation page at andysmom.com/donate. Always Andy's Mom is a registered 501c3 and can receive donations through Thrivent Financial and Benevity. Marcy loves hearing from listeners. Please feel free to reach out to her via email at marcy@andysmom.com or on the Instagram or Facebook Always Andy's Mom accounts. Sign up for the email list to get weekly episode links as well as pictures of Marcy's guests and their children. Together, let's work to inspire hope, one day at a time.